Do you see a risk that Britain starts to look at the American model and go in that direction?
Do not look at the American model. Please do not. Build on what you have, improve what you have. Healthcare is a human right. That's what it is. And that was established here in, 1948. That was an extraordinary achievement. And I understand your system has problems. Deal with those problems. But don't think that insurance companies and privatizations are going to make the situation better. They will only make it much worse.
I've not posted yet today, and quite frankly, I have felt on edge all day. I try avoiding the news because I just think it's depressing and I don't want my anxiety to peak. But more and more things are just catching my attention now, which worries me for the state of Britain and for raising my children in this country. News reports and other media outlets about a security film being put on the windows of schools to stop people from seeing in, caretakers having to raise the fences around schools up to 6 foot from 4 foot, which is all good and well. I am all for keeping my children safe in nursery as well as everyone else's. But when my daughter came home before the summer holidays and told me that a big alarm had gone off and it had scared her, and all the teachers told them to be quiet and they had to all gather together outside and then quietly make themselves inside and all huddle together and stay safe, I'm just like, what the fuck? She's 4 and they're practicing lockdown procedures. I asked them about it the next day and they said, yeah, it's just a precaution. It's just something that we're starting to bring in. Why? Why? It is scary. The amount of illegal immigrants that are being housed in this country. And I'm not racist. I am all for helping people if there is a need to help them. But where are all the women and children in these illegal immigrants? Why is it just single males? It is really making my anxiety through the roof, and I am fearful for what is going to happen next, not just for me, but for my kids. And that's not right. That's not Britain. There are so many reports of the illegal immigrants in the hotels and the HMOs of being arrested for rape, for following young girls, for threatening behaviour. It's not right. They are not vetted when they come in. They are given all these free things, NHS, dentists, access to doctors and all of that. I'm having to wait nearly 2 months to get my daughters in at the dentist. I live round the corner from a HMO and there is a park up the road that I frequently take my children to, and I don't want to anymore because the people, the young men in the HMO, one of them was arrested a little over a month ago for allegedly following a young girl, either 10 or 13, at 11 or 13, basically stalking her around the park. It's not right. And then he ran off into his house because he knew he had done wrong. Why is nothing being done? Why are they being allowed in? It is really starting to boil my blood and get me really angry at this country. It is making me want to leave.
Why does everyone in England hate fucking President Trump? Do you know what? Unpopular decision. But we could do with him here, now. We have never been so shit as a country in our fucking history. The fucking fuel prices are ridiculous prices. The house prices are ridiculous. Food and shopping is fucking ridiculous. Right? And then you got fucking Keir Starmer, which just give about fucking 10 billion pounds to fucking Ukraine. 10 billion pounds to Ukraine when we are struggling to fucking live. We are struggling to buy food, struggling to put heating on. We've got fucking homeless people. We've got veterans that are fucking sleeping in the fucking freezing cold, who they will not put up. But what they will do is they'll put up all the asylum seekers and they'll put all them up in the hotels. But they won't put our own. And now we're giving 10 billion pounds away to a fucking country when we need it ourselves. I'm not saying that Ukraine don't need help. But what I'm saying is look after your fucking own first. President Trump, man, we need him in fucking the UK and we need him leading us. Because I tell you fucking something, nobody, and I mean nobody, will be able to run this country better than that man there. Do you know Keir Starmer and the rest of them are nothing but a bunch of fucking idiots? Do you know what? All they do is chat shit. They lie out their ass to get into fucking government, right? They all slag each other, lie out their ass, and then they fucking ruin us. Good, hard-working people like me and you are suffering because we've got these fucking dipsticks, absolute dipsticks, leading our country. And they don't give a shit about their own. They don't give a shit about our homeless people and about you working for fucking money to spend it all on bills. They don't give a shit. I tell you what, we'll pledge 10 fucking billion to another country. And I'm not being racist or anything like that. Listen, every country should give a little. But 10 fucking billion while we've got our old relatives fucking nearly dying of fucking hypothermia, not being able to eat food, taking the absolute fucking piss.
Donald Trump is not welcome in the UK. Yeah, Donald Trump is not welcome in London. According to all the lefties, on the comments of the social media pages that are posting about Trump's UK visit, yeah, apparently they're speaking on behalf of the whole country. He's not welcome here. Well, who are you speaking on behalf of? You're not speaking on behalf of me, mate. You know, as a man whose family have been in London many generations, yeah, we welcome you with open arms and we thank you for being a true leader, a true hero, a voice for the people and a man of integrity. You know, it was amazing to watch him come here, put our Prime Minister in place, make their comments on about that arsehole that we have in charge of London, Sadiq Khan, and just be open, honest, and not a puppet to the establishment. You know, the majority of Brits, yeah, the true Brits that actually love this country and are patriots of this country, welcome you here with open arms. So never ever let anyone from the left think they can tell anyone they're not welcome here. The audacity of it, the cheek of it. Who the fuck are you lot to tell anyone that they're not welcome in our beautiful country? Donald Trump, thank you very much, and you are welcome in the UK anytime, sir.
A political strategist has told GB News that they think Nigel Farage is going to be the perfect conduit between the UK and the new Trump administration. We need him.
No, just read what Trump says. When people are so sycophantic and just want to be, lick Trump's boots and be his best mate, they're not going to get a good deal. That's not how you do deals. Come on. Anyone knows that, who's been in business, who's done deals. I've done plenty of deals in different guises. And you've just got to be strong. And Farage is so weak because Trump knows he just wants to pursue Trump's interests in the UK rather than the UK's interests in the United States. And what Liberal Democrats are saying, we want to stand up for our brilliant nation. We don't want to do Trump's business, which is what Farage seems to do. I mean, I understand where Farage is coming from his point of view. He wants to privatise the NHS. And President Trump wants a trade deal so they can bring American healthcare into the UK. I don't want that. Farage may want that. I don't want that. Liberal Democrats don't want that. We want to protect our NHS from privatisation. So I can see why Farage is close to Trump, because they have the same views on things like the NHS. He also, by the way, wants a deal where American farmers can sell all their produce into the UK and undermine British farmers. Well, I'm going to stand up for British farmers. It's a shame Nigel Farage clearly doesn't want to.
He's unlike any other human being whom I've ever met. In fact, I wondered if he was the same species as you and I, Andrew. Everything about him is in the most primary of colours. His hair is a gold, his skin is an orange, his tie is a red. That is not part of the ordinary painter's palette. There is, in everything that he does, a calculation. It may be a mad one, but a calculation.
Is he clever?
He has a sort of feral intelligence. He can scent weakness, and he can discern opportunity. So he's not an intellectual, but he can make calculations, monetary, financial calculations, relatively rapidly. He talked surprisingly in detail in that interview about one or two questions of defence procurement. But he's not a thoughtful intellectual, he's not like Emmanuel Macron. He's not going to give a 60-minute address in which he talks about the Gaullist and Republican traditions of France and how they fuse. But what he can do is he can see through conflicting interests, and he can see a path to aggrandizement for himself and his allies.
So apparently everybody is now scared of their country turning into America, right? Even UK, you can imagine where that man was saying that they don't want their country or their own prime minister to become like Donald Trump. And that is really, really a cause to worry about, right? Because America is this country that everybody was looking up to before in the days. What happened? Why is it that people now are scared of it turning to, their own fate right now? Even the UK, you can imagine that they don't even want Trump to visit them anymore. They don't want him to come close to their country. It's that serious right now. And I don't know. I don't know what the fate of America will be looking at all these things right now. It's really crazy. Honestly, it's really heartbreaking. I don't know. The whole American dream is now falling before our eyes. People are now trampling on America. A lot of people are even telling their citizens, do not visit America anymore. If you visit America, anything happens to you, we are not coming there. Right? That is a lot. So what do you think? Do you think it's a propaganda, or do you think America is really, really a failed state as we speak? Why is everybody scared? Oh, we don't want our president to turn like Trump. What is happening? I'd like to see it in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share, this video to your friends and everyone. Let's make this an interactive discussion so everyone can learn more, like an educational content, right? So do not forget, it's me, Global Gist with BJ. My name is Blessing. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.